I'm telling you, Blake, please, I know we are not homies and we never will be homies because I don't do this like Me Too modern feminist stuff.
Blake Lively is caught in old footage revealing that, yes, her secret plan is to always...
Blake Lively's lawyer, wants to just drop the case. They just try to just throw that out there.
And they also requested that Brian Friedman not depose Blake Lively.
Blake Lively's legal troubles just got even more intense, and this time, Candace Owens is stepping in to expose the real story. The ongoing legal battle between Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni has been filled with twists, accusations, and PR disasters, but Owens' latest revelations may change everything. Owens has been digging deep into the controversy and has now called out Lively's team for allegedly manipulating the narrative and using underhanded tactics to damage Baldoni's reputation. With newly leaked voice memos, resurfaced interviews, and lawyers reportedly looking to exit the case, it's clear that Blake Lively's defense is falling apart. So what did Candace Owens expose, and why does it seem like Lively's case is getting weaker by the day?
I cannot imagine Blake in an artsy movie taking on any role more challenging than yet another beautiful, charming, smiling American girl who floats around in beautiful outfits.
To make sure I'm entirely fair, I should mention she did a movie that came out in 2020, which I called The Rhythm Section, which honestly I'd never heard of, probably because it flopped, where she was attempting to take on a grittier, darker, more challenging role. I think she was playing a...
In a shocking development, Justin Baldoni has now filed a personal lawsuit against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. This escalation in legal action suggests that Baldoni has enough evidence to hold them personally accountable. If Lively and Reynolds thought they could hide behind their legal team, it's now clear that they're in this fight for real.
I'm telling you, Blake, please, I know we are not homies and we never will be homies because I don't do this like Me Too modern feminist stuff, but I am telling you, girlfriend to girlfriend, you are not going to win this. You are not going to win. There's just I just feel it. I feel the energy that is telling me that you and your husband were a little too high up on your horse, okay? High up on your horse, just feeling the A-list vibe, thinking that there's nothing that can possibly take you down. It happens. People get deluded. You've had a perfect childhood, everything handed to you, you grew up wealthy. I get it. I get it. There's no one in the room telling you what I'm going to tell you. You are going to lose this and much more. By the way, and there's no way to contain this. This is also going to impact your husband's career, which is a lot stronger than your career, okay? So unless you've got some smoking gun and he's really just this bold and Brian Friedman is really just this much of a liar and you're willing to get on that stand and show that, no, you were really harassed on this set. Blake Lively, Judith said, Blake wanted to be relevant as an actress because she's never been, so she did everything in her power to hijack the movie to be the superstar that she wanted to be alongside her husband. Yeah, I really just think that this stuff goes to your head. Once you become A-list, you just you start to believe you're untouchable. It's so important to have people in your life that will tell you no. You just need people that will say, you know what? No, that's a very bad idea. It's Archie writes, man, don't say Blake, let her crumble. It's time there be a precedent set that women can't just lie about men and suffer no consequences for it. In the long run, it's not good for men or women. I think the thing that bothers me the most about it is first and foremost is because I have 2 sons and 1 on the way. So I have 3 sons, okay? And even before I was married with children, I was against this because I knew that one day I would have sons. And what bothers me is they always take the same angle. The guy is an abusive creep.
A shocking old interview has now resurfaced where Blake Lively allegedly admits to using manipulative tactics in Hollywood. This interview is now being used against her as proof that she has a history of deception and control. Could this be the evidence Baldoni needs to prove his case?
Blake Lively is caught in old footage revealing that, yes, her secret plan is to always take control of the movies and lie to the directors to get it. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. We're live with It's Kim. There's a full interview that we've uncovered. A lot of people have uncovered it, so kudos. I don't know where
resurfaced.
I don't know where this stemmed from first, but whoever started plastering it to all of us and emailing it to us, bravo, because this was the discovery, I think one of the best ones we've had yet. where Blake Lively completely exposes herself and just says it out loud with no qualms. This is what I do. The whole thing Justin's put out in his documents, she just admitted. And you even said it before we play this clip, Kim.
Legal experts are now saying that Lively's own words may have caused irreparable damage to her defense. If her past statements contradict her current claims, it could destroy her credibility in court. Is this the moment her entire legal argument crumbles? In yet another stunning twist, reports are now surfacing that Blake Lively's own lawyer wants to drop the case. If true, this would mean that her legal team no longer believes in her defense or sees a clear path to victory. Could Lively be left without legal representation at the worst possible moment?
Blake Lively's lawyer, wants to just drop the case. They just try to just throw that out there last night at midnight. We won't even do it no more. What? Wait, what'd you say? You just accused this guy of assaulting you. You ruined this guy's career. You want to drop? Nah. Drop and give me 50, man. Drop. That's the thing, is that it's too late because it turns out I'm the judge now. I'm the judge and the jury. Motion denied. I want to see you here Monday morning, sharp, 6 a.m. We're going through every text line by goddamn line. You lying hooker. Judge, you can't talk like that. You're right, I went too far. I apologize.
This high-profile feud is now capturing the attention of even more media outlets, with many calling it one of the most scandalous legal battles in Hollywood right now. With new evidence emerging almost daily, this case isn't just about Baldoni and Lively anymore. It's about exposing the truth in Hollywood's elite circles.
I think the challenge of this story and the challenge of talking about this story correctly is to hold some contradicting ideas in your head. She may have very well been a victim of harassment on that set, but she could also be someone who withheld information and tried to manipulate the press. Yeah. It's really hard to have a conversation that says both of those things can be true, but I want to try to have that conversation. What I'm taking out of this is the ways in which we are complicit. I remember watching all of the frantic TikToks after the New York Times story came out. And then I remember seeing a week or two later, after Baldoni's countersuit, the same TikTokers saying, "I'm sorry, I was wrong. I apologize. I should have done more due diligence." And this just underscores this point that I've been saying for weeks, if not months, on this podcast. You can't trust the algorithm. You can't believe the algorithm. The algorithm is not your friend.
A leaked voice memo from Justin Baldoni is now circulating, and it reportedly contains shocking details about Blake Lively. If Baldoni's words in this memo support his claims, it could be a major blow to Lively's argument. Could this be the final piece of evidence that exposes the truth?
Just leaked voice memo from Justin Baldoni about the It Ends With Us drama. And yes, it was leaked by his own lawyer. Brian Friedman, who also is my lawyer, was chatting with Megyn Kelly and gave her this voice memo. I have not heard it yet, so we will listen to it together for the first time, and I will react and share my thoughts in real time.
We have here exclusively Justin Baldoni speaking to what he called his dream team, those who had been helping him edit the films and get it to finality, lamenting the fact that he was put in the basement on the premiere of his own movie, he says, per Blake's demands. Take a listen to that.
Okay, pause. I've shared that with you all. There was a lot of drama at the premiere of It Ends With Us. She and the cast refused to take photos with him.
Legal analysts are now breaking down the case, trying to determine how this will all play out. While some believe Lively still has a chance to recover, others say this case is already lost for her. With so much at stake, the next few weeks could determine the fate of her career.
And they also requested that Brian Friedman not depose Blake Lively. So that is apparently a very unique request. You're generally not allowed to say like, oh, I'm sorry, but I just won't be deposed by the other side's primary counsel.
Yeah.
So the outcome of the hearing is that the judge did not grant the gag order, but he did impose the Empire State Rule on both parties.
Cue the Jay-Z song. Like, what is that? What is the Empire State Rule?
The Empire State Rule basically means that neither side is supposed to talk to the press about this. And
So what's the difference between that and a gag order?
I think the gag order would have been a clear win for Blake Lively's side, and it's like Brian Friedman needs to shut the f*** up.
Yeah, got it.
But what this is, and this is what judges are supposed to do, right? They're supposed to be fair to both sides. So instead, his ruling is no, I'm not going to give Brian Friedman a gag order. I'm going to instruct both sides to not talk to the press.
Baldoni's legal team isn't backing down, and they're laying out exactly why Lively and Reynolds could face serious legal consequences. If these lawsuits proceed as expected, both Lively and Reynolds could be facing massive financial and reputational losses. Will they finally admit fault, or will they continue to fight a losing battle?
But here's Blake Lively in a different interview with People magazine talking about her clothing in this particular movie. That exchange with Kirsty was not about this particular movie. But here she is totally fine with talking about wardrobe in SOT 15.
I just really loved those patchwork jeans that you have.
Magnolia Pearl.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my real life jeans.
Yeah, a lot of that is your stuff.
The boots were mine.
I love
there's these great Louboutins that are also a close-up on them when we're dancing in the bar. Those are mine. I have a few of my husband's shirts and socks randomly in the movie. I have some of Gigi Hadid's sweaters in the movie. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of my stuff.
So the reason I'm showing this to the audience is that people started noticing that Blake seemed sort of bullyish to this person who has far less power and stature in the industry than Blake does, saying she is in no way connected to any attempt to smear Blake Lively. She doesn't know the PR people involved in this, and she said as follows: I'm a journalist. This is what I do for a living. I would never accept money to jeopardize my integrity. I posted the video after I saw the movie, which I didn't like. I had a bad experience with Blake Lively. At the time, I kind of had enough of Hollywood. I wasn't afraid of being canceled anymore, so I posted the video. So that one, which I think is the most famous example, Brian, the journalist herself is saying she had absolutely no connection to Justin Baldoni or these PR agents that we've been discussing. And is that basically your point?
Despite all the legal drama, Lively and Reynolds made a public appearance at the SNL 50 taping, trying to maintain their public image. But many are questioning whether this was a calculated PR move to distract from the legal chaos. Will this help their reputation, or will it only add more fuel to the fire?
And especially whatever is new in Blake Lively's refiled lawsuit with new allegations and new parties involved. Until then, let's discuss the SNL of it all. What do you make of it? Let me know in the comments section. P.S. I need your help. I have been busy living my life today and also working. I've already made a couple of Blake Lively videos, but I'm seeing some chatter that there was a second mention of the Z-list actress and her husband. Is that accurate? Fill me in the comments section. Something either about a pregnancy or a birthing scene, or I haven't watched, but if you did, let me know if I should look up something else, or if it happened or if it didn't happen.
This case has sparked a wider conversation about Hollywood's obsession with protecting its most powerful figures, even when they're caught in scandal. Are celebrities like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds using their influence to control the media narrative, or is this just another example of Hollywood turning a blind eye to serious allegations?
That is Blake Lively for this current film. Well, it isn't a disaster. The movie's doing very well, but her personal brand is doing terribly. Reputation not going well for Blake. So yeah, a lot of this is going to be talking about what the hell's going on, what she's doing wrong, how she's coming across. So just to be clear, to clarify first of all, I don't think Blake is an evil, terrible person. Or rather, everything that she's shown on the internet doesn't necessarily show that she's an evil, terrible person. I think she's self-obsessed. Is it blown out of proportion? Yes, I do believe so. I think she's getting a disproportionate level of hate for everything that's happening. Is it still kind of her fault though? Yes, it is her fault. My outfit, I'm grabbing my friends. It's Asis, he's here. I did what Blake told me to do, and I'm grabbing my friends and wearing my florals, the fictional character that Blake Lively played. But I don't think it can be understated just how much I think the public perception of Blake Lively was shaped by her character on the show. Blake Lively is really up there on the Hollywood hierarchy, though not necessarily because of any roles since Gossip Girl. Yes, she has done some movies, though nothing that huge, to be honest, and I think for a lot of people, Gossip Girl is still what she's most known for what catapulted her into that success. That, and the fact that her husband and father of her 4 children happens to be Ryan Reynolds, the easygoing, charming, cool guy of Hollywood to Blake's easygoing, charming, cool girl. There's nothing like a power couple to keep your fame up and your career thriving despite a lack of recent successful projects.
Blake Lively's legal battle is spiraling out of control, and now Candace Owens has exposed a side of the case that Lively's team doesn't want you to see. With leaked voice memos, resurfaced interviews, and legal teams reportedly trying to drop out, it's becoming clear that Lively's defense is weakening by the day.
You gotta put in Blake's rooftop scene. She did such a good job on the rewrite. But what does that mean for Justin's side of things? Because Justin says in his messages to Blake, like, I would have complimented your pages or something like that without Taylor. Yeah, that's a good question. Because did he say that Taylor specifically praised Blake's rewrite? Yeah, I think he basically does. I think that he says that, you know, he would have complimented or appreciated Blake's work, and he didn't need Taylor to join in on that, Taylor and Ryan. And I think I could see a world where maybe Ryan brought up the rooftop scene, and Taylor's like, oh yeah, I read it and it was so good. But I don't know. That part is fuzzy for me. It is a little fuzzy. So if anyone has the Ring camera footage or whatever, the security footage of that meeting, would love to see it.
Instead of letting the truth come out, Lively's team appears to be scrambling to save face, but with Candace Owens and others calling out their tactics, it may be too late. Will Blake Lively finally take accountability, or is she prepared to fight until the bitter end?